old school bodybuilding clothing company. If leg day was yesterday and now you're wondering why toilets are so damn low, you are definitely old school. If you're the only athlete at your gym that knows there's a contest today and it's to see who trains the hardest, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
I haven't seen the sun in a week and a half. Look! It just came out! Look at that!
I love it!
And we are back for another exciting episode of After Hours. I'm Dave Palumbo, and of course, I'm joined by our entire whack pack. I got to tell you, the pregame show we should have taped that. That was some show. Let me tell you, I'm exhausted from it already. And we did 30 minutes of like nonstop just screaming, and so I hope everyone has still got a lot of energy left. Mr. G's not in studio today. He'll be back next week, but we got him in. Where are you, in a gym?
Yeah, I'm at one of my gyms, my client's gym that we put in his backyard. Actually, if anybody wants to train with me, they're welcome to direct message me or contact me on my website. People can come and train. We do a water workout, everything.
Right. And of course, Dave Palumbo takes 50% of everything Mr. G makes because that's what everyone believes.
Because he's got to give Romano half of that.
Yes, because it's like the mafia, yeah. I take...
I have no idea.
Dave, you forgot my
kick up.
channel. I get percentage of my channel earnings every month.
I get your channel. I get Leslie's channel that has no hits. I get half of her channel too. Jimmy the Bull, anytime he drives a truck, he's got to pay me 25% VIG on that truck money that he makes. Richard Rodriguez is opening rejuvenation clinics. I have automatically, by definition, 25% of that. So I don't need to work, really,
And I got to give Dave blowjobs just to be on the show.
He gives me blowjobs, and his girlfriend's got to pay me 25% of all her eBay sales, but that we don't talk about that,
Hey, look, in business, if I do $1,000 in sales, we make maybe $200. People don't understand the amount.
You make 1,000. They think you make everything. Everything's 100% profit.
Absolutely not.
George, I'm kidding.
No, I know you are. No, I'm speaking not to you, but to people out
People
there.
think that if you charge or something, that's all money. They don't even think you pay taxes.
Yeah,
they think you put that right in your wallet,
And Jimmy, did you know you're a fake Italian tough guy too?
Who can't lift any weight.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was supposedly some tough ballroom brawler at one point. Or some
Jimmy,
fake
can
ballroom
you show
brawler.
me how to put these?
It's always I love the keyboard warriors who say shit like that.
No?
And then they see Jimmy in person, and Jimmy fucking stomps him, John, in the motor vehicles department. Yeah,
Exactly. He's getting
Hey,
and he gets frustrated if he can't get a good stomp.
And Jimmy, if you go to LA the way you are, you're gonna get your ass kicked, I heard
that's
too.
right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I was just in LA with Lee. I was all over the fucking place.
Nothing happened, right? They're fucking probably.
Nothing happened, and I was yelling and ranting over there when I went to the military show with Lee. I was ranting at the fucking space guys there. Nobody said anything.
Speaking of tough guys, I want to bring up a topic because a lot of people have brought it to my attention. I wasn't really hip to this person, but Andrew Tate seems to be a guy who's very polarizing lately. He has a lot of very controversial topics that he talks about. He seems to be very against women. That's one thing. I think I got him banned from social media, but he's very, he has a certain, I guess you could say, idea about bodybuilders that I don't think we're going to agree with. I want to play it and I want to get your reaction to it. Here we go.
The reality of bodybuilders. Bodybuilders are all pussies. Their whole life they've been the big guy. I've been the big guy. As soon as you start hurting them, their mental ego image of themselves as the Incredible Hulk shatters. Bodybuilders are losers. The reason bodybuilders are losers is not because bodybuilding is easy. Bodybuilding is actually extremely hard. People think, oh, they just take steroids. Well, there wouldn't be any competitive element if all you had to do was take steroids to look that good. No. Well, I say good, I use good subjectively. The reason they look that way is not just because they take steroids. They take steroids plus train like an animal, plus diet specifically. It's very, very difficult to end up looking like the professional bodybuilders do. It's not easy. Bodybuilding is hard. The reason bodybuilders are losers is because they don't want to be bodybuilders. Every bodybuilder I've ever met wants to be a fighter, but they haven't got the balls to be a fighter. So instead they think, well, I want to look as mean as possible, and then they end up bodybuilding.
Okay, that's pretty much. He goes on to.
Well, he's a fucking kickboxer. If he was a tough guy, he'd be fucking fighting MMA like everybody else, taking Brazilian jiu-jitsu like my daughter, who might be able to put him in a fucking Kimura and fucking choke his skinny motherfucking ass out. I actually like a lot of his political fucking thinking, but when he says ignorant shit like that, somebody like my daughter would put a fucking wig on his head, say, skinny bitch, I'll fucking get out of this fucking armbar. I'll put you in a fucking armbar and snap your fucking arm.
Greg, obviously he's never been to nightclubs in Brooklyn.
No.
Oh yeah, because back in the day, everybody lifted weights not to be bodybuilders. They lifted weights to fucking kill people. That's what they used to do. So the stronger you were, the bigger you were, the more asses you could kick, and that's what everybody used to do back in Brooklyn. And the clubs used to pump iron and don't stand around all full of shit, waiting to fucking go with people. That's dragging motherfuckers out, kicking their fucking face into the street. That's what they did back in the day. Fucking Channel 80, all those clubs. What's that one on the water there? Salty Dog was another club.
Right.
All the guys from Brooklyn, they'll come out all over the place. Everybody's just pump iron to fucking brawl. That's all they did.
Street fight.
Yeah, street fight. That's all we did. We pump iron, and then we go out, we drink, and we look to kick somebody's ass. That's what we did back in the day.
What's his kickboxing ass gonna do when fucking somebody puts him in a fucking a headlock, puts him in a fucking guillotine or some shit like that? Let me tell you, you get those guys on the ground, and it's fucking, there's nothing you can't kick on the ground. This is shame, because I actually like that guy until I hear this stupid fucking ignorant shit
here's a clip someone sent me of him fighting.
Yo, you kick good? Join the Rockettes, you motherfucker. Join the Rockettes.
I watch this clip. I think this is...
He can't...
This guy looks like he's getting pretty pummeled here to me, if you ask me. He doesn't look like he's so bold here.
Yeah,
Listen, people who hate on bodybuilders, right? They do it because they look like shit, and they get mad that bodybuilders look big and strong, so they always want to say they're fucking pussies.
Yeah, but you can't cross sports.
I was gonna say the truth is I bodybuilded, but I didn't really want to fight anyone. I just wanted to be big and compete.
People who fight, listen, people who fight, they feel like the attention is not on them because they don't look big and strong. So when they see a bodybuilder looking big and strong, they're like, oh, he's not a tough guy. He can't fight. That's always what they.
But you know what, John? It doesn't matter. A lot of bodybuilders don't. He's saying all bodybuilders want to be fighters. That's absolutely not true. There are some, but there are a lot of guys that don't want to fight. They just want to be bodybuilders. You know.
Man, I hate that shit.
Well, the thing, like
he's stereotyping bodybuilders. That's not.
Yeah, I brought that video up because for every good video that he does about motivation and entrepreneurship and all that stuff, it's like he does one of these stupid videos. And frankly, I was following him for the entrepreneurship videos. And when I saw that, man, it pissed me the hell off because, see, I come from both worlds. I was, I was in the kickboxing federation. I was in the Taekwondo federation. I did jiu-jitsu for several years. So, and I've always gravitated towards bodybuilding because of the clients that I've worked with. And it's something that I've always followed since I was a kid. So when he started saying this thing about pussies, I was like, man, I could name a slew of bodybuilders that would take him up on an offer to fuck his ass up. One, because just like Greg Valentino said, I was in kickboxing. And when I used to fight a jiu-jitsu person, in a match, they used to whip my ass. Hence the reasons why I had to transition out of kickboxing and learn some Aikido, learn some Greco-Roman wrestling, to diversify myself when it came to actually fighting somebody that was a great grappler. Somebody like Tate fighting a grappler or a brawler, he'll get his fucking ass whooped. And I know Go ahead.
I was going to say, Richard, let him fight Misha Tate. Tate versus Tate. Misha Tate, the MMA girl. You know what she would do? She'd spank his fucking ass. Bro, she'd get him on the ground, start spanking him on the ass and say, who's the tough bitch now? I'm telling you. You cannot do that. That's like a football player calling baseball players pussies. Don't cross sports like that. I used to like this guy. I like his political views. I like the way he has some good views on stuff, but to say stupid shit like that,
like, Greg, he might have had a crush on it, bodybuilding. The guy turned.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
He did.
And that was it. It was on after that.
And you know what's funny? He didn't look like he was fucking kickboxing too good in that. What's he in? Joe Mataraz's fucking kickboxing fucking federation. That's like one of these guys in MMA fighting in like, Joe Mataraz's fucking MMA organization. You're not in the UFC or one of them fucking things. Yeah. You're not playing with the big fish. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, John Romano, what would Flex Wheeler back in his day do to this guy in a ring? He's a big bodybuilder.
You know how you can tell
Flex was deadly.
Guy?
How?
Yeah, but Flex
is too fucking late.
Flex Wheeler would have destroyed him in the ring.
Right?
Nah, but Flex is a Taekwondo though.
Yeah, he was.
You don't say if you can handle your business, you don't brag about it. You don't walk around.
Thank you, John.
Right?
Absolutely.
John.
You find out if somebody's tough when it's too fucking late. So
the tough guy, John. The guy's very quiet. That's the guy I worry about.
I just said the guy that doesn't. The guy that's sitting in the corner, the wiry little guy.
He don't say nothing.
That's the guy.
Hey, George, what would Charlie Arms have done to this guy at 60 years old?
Charlie Arms.
Because Charlie's a street fighter, so he's been fighting in the street his whole life. So he's actually a trained fighter. Yeah. On top of that, he made himself strong.
But the Charlie Arms would hit him in the head with a fucking dumbbell.
One punch.
Whatever weapon, crowbars next to him.
Charlie Arms would kill him, bro. Would absolutely. He wouldn't take it from him.
I'm looking right now at Andrew Tate's record. He proclaims a 43-9 record with but only one professional fight. So a lot of those fights were amateurs and mirror
against Joe Mataraz.
Yeah,
Joe Mataraz's organization.
Joe Mataraz, how many fights he got?
Joe Mataraz's organization. Some guys
as much as that video is ridiculous that he did and it's irritating, do you think that he should have been removed from social media because of his viewpoints on the world? Because we should have freedom of speech. So I don't, even if you don't agree with what he says, I still believe he has the right to say it,
Dude, that happens to everybody nowadays, though. They don't like what somebody says, they fucking remove them, they can them all. You know what I mean?
That's just off of everything. TikTok, everything. And TikTok is a Chinese government.
TikTok. They just had a girl who was a TikTok influencer, and she's a college girl, goes to Harvard, and they had her on Fox News. Pete Hensick was interviewing her, and she said, "I'm only tolerant with people who have the same views as me. If you don't have the same views as me, I'm not tolerant." And I'm like, so in other words, if we don't think like you, we should get attacked and everything else.
That's the way the country's going now, Greg. The country's going the same way.
Joe Rogan said it best. He said he did a video. Someone had sent me the link to it on the terms of TikTok. So when you sign on to be on TikTok, you're basically giving them every right you're giving away to them. You're basically giving them right to listen to your microphone. I don't even know if you're even aware of that.
Phone.
That site was created to monitor people. It's a Chinese site that was set up to monitor us here and us dummies. 100%. TikTok, we got to do TikTok. We all sign up and say, "Here, take our rights away so we can watch TikTok." It's the most addicting, social media platform purposely.
Well, listen, Dave, you guys probably haven't heard, but this past week, you guys know the predator catching channels that they catch the child predators. Yeah. I used to do it. I had a lot of views on that
Chris
stuff.
Hansen.
Yeah. Well, listen, what happened? Yeah. YouTube just put in a policy that nobody's allowed to do it, and if you do it, your channel is being taken down.
Yeah, they have
unless there's
a pedophile flag, a pedophilia.
Now all those channels that were catching all those pieces of shit, they have to stop doing those videos, or their channels are coming down.
Now, why is that? What's their reason behind that?
Because
the rights of the pedophile.
I have the actual. I have a document. I can
one at a time. What was it?
Because those assholes are protected. They're protected in prison. I mean, they're protected everywhere, dude. It's like
because they have labeled pedophilia as like a disease. So it's not a crime. It's a disorder. So
you still have to register as a sex offender.
They got to be tolerant.
That's right.
Because it's
minor attraction.
Right, let me ask you a question, John Romano. John, listen. Don't you think it's a little funny, right? The whole thing with the Trump, right? They go down there and they want to protect. They don't want to tell you who's in the affidavit, who ratted this and that, who their informants are. They want to protect them because of violence, possible violence. But you don't want to protect the Supreme Court justices. Right. That's a different story. Okay, you could go and attack them because they're conservative, but you don't want to attack some fucking rat. You don't want to protect a rat.
Greg, they want that on the street. They want that shit on the street. That's what they want.
Dude,
they want mayhem.
What they want is division. They want division. They want one side angry at the other side so that we're all fighting so that they can come fuck us in the ass while we're not looking.
And it's happening, John.
Exactly.
And it's happening constantly, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But don't you think that's hypocritical? You want to protect the fucking
you want hypocritical? You want hypocritical forgiving student debt. You want hypocrites? Yes, absolutely. There you go.
You know what? Someone posted on Facebook, John, that they should forgive cancer debt, like for people who have sickness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before they forgive student debt.
I got to tell you something. My credit card identifies as a student debt, so it wants to be forgiven.
Yeah, exactly. No, in other words, if you have a cancer patient that spent $200,000 on chemotherapy and stuff that they couldn't really afford and they're in debt now, forgive those people. Those people need it. The students can make. My father said to me, he said, Dave, you know what? You're going to go to medical school. You take out as many loans as you need to. You know why? You're young. You got your whole life to pay these things off. Don't worry. Don't limit yourself by what you're afraid of now because you're young. It wasn't like, I was doing. But if you have cancer and you're 60 years old and you now have 200, 300 grand worth of debt, that could cripple you.
I am very proud.
You can't make that money back at that age for most people, at least.
Of course not.
So forgive those debts. That's what you should be forgiving.
The colleges still get the money. The colleges still get the keep. They're federally.
Of course.
Right.
They have insurance.
The college gets the money. They have 10.
It is the hugest point out of all of this is if the colleges were forgiving the debt, that would be one thing.
Right.
The colleges are still getting their money. Who's
going to raise?
They're getting that money. They're getting that money from an institution.
Yes.
The institution is not saying, I'm not, you're forgiving the debt. You forgive your fucking debt. You're paying me. So who pays it? The taxpayers.
Right.
67%
identify as an illegal immigrant and fucking you should get, that shit'll be a grant to you. You understand what I'm saying? They're giving to people coming across the board. Look at a tennis player. He can't fucking play here, okay? Because he's not vaccinated. Like the vaccines work, right? That's why Joe Biden got.
No, he don't want the vaccination.
But he doesn't want the vaccine. But they won't let him in this country. But yet you're letting in all these fucking mamalukes coming through the fucking border down there and shit. And you don't even know what they got. All kinds of diseases and stuff. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
I just heard a liberal go, oh, God.
They want the votes, Greg.
I just heard a liberal behind a camera go, oh, God.
I want to ask Jimmy something. Jimmy, I don't know if you're aware, but there is a rocket that was supposed to be launched on Monday, but they postponed it.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Artemis rocket that's going to be, I don't know, what is the delayed launch for now?
One of the engines.
Yeah, what are they doing it now? September 2nd, they're going to be launching this thing now. They're going to go to the moon, Jimmy. Now, my question for you is, you say the moon is a light in the sky. Where are they actually sending this rocket, you think?
So we're actually talking about something with the flat Earth? Is that what
I'm just asking you, where do you think this rocket is being launched to? Because I actually have a client who worked on the actual module in this Artemis rocket, so I'm just wondering what he was building there,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. So this is an unmanned flight, right?
Right, correct.
Okay. So in 1969,
You're not going to go back to the Richard Nixon phone call, are you?
No. I'm saying
he's going to say a studio. It's going to go to a studio in Hollywood. That's just the tell you. Go ahead,
Where's this rocket getting launched to? That's what I want to know, Jimmy.
Get launched in a studio.
I'm going to tell you where it gets launched, but I had a few questions, involved with that subject,
Okay.
So in 1969, they were able to, with Volkswagen-sized computers on board, fly 3 men in a fucking garbage can and land on the moon and do all that bullshit they did. But
Garbage
now, yeah, whatever the fuck that thing was. It was a fucking kindergarten fucking project. Right? So, yeah, and the other guy flew around the moon for 3 days jerking off, and I talked to John about that already. But anyway, so now it's 2022. We have all this fucking technology, crazy shit. I mean, they know everything about us electronically you could imagine, right?
Right.
And they can't send guys up there with the rocket. I don't understand. So how come they're just sending a fucking unmanned rocket up there with video? I don't want to see fucking video.
I think they're trying to find the lay of the land, right? They're trying to see where they're going to land when they do send someone up there.
So after 50-something years, they're going to send a rocket up there to find out what area that they could. What happened to the Sea of Iniquity? But that's no good. We land there at 69. Yeah. Why can't we just go back there? I don't understand.
I don't know.
What I think they're doing,
it's all fucking bullshit.
Is testing the whole system out before they put a.
Oh yeah, let's spend billions and billions of dollars let's test it out. Send a rocket up there and see what we can find, before we send the 3 jerk-offs up there to land on the moon.
So let me ask you this question, Jimmy: is it possible that maybe? Hold on. Is it possible that maybe you were right in '69? No one went to the moon, but now we have the technology to do it, and now we are going to go to the moon. Is that possible?
No. It's impossible.
No, that's not possible.
Now, why is that? Is that because the moon is a light?
Because you can't get over the ice wall with 4 rockets.
Firmament.
Well, the ice wall's on
you got to get over the ice wall.
The moon is up, John. The ice walls are on level ground. Yeah. So my question to you is: that rocket is going to leave? Where are they launching it from?
Cape Canaveral.
Yeah. So where they going to?
What happened?
What happened?
I think the aliens cut him off.
Yeah.
he got the little green.
The government was worried he was going to let out a secret.
We disagree. We disagree with Jimmy, but we're still friends.
Nope, we're not.
That's it.
Point being is that you can disagree with people and still be friends with them.
So, Mr. G, would you fight this Andrew Tate guy? If we could set it up?
Well, I mean, for what reason, though? Well, I mean, he's
in defense of the bodybuilder.
You know how many cookies? You know how many cookies he'll fucking
He'll sell a ton of cookies if you beat his ass.
Yeah.
Well, if he's saying bodybuilders aren't fighters, they're not They're not bodybuilding.
No, he's saying bodybuilders are pussies. They're too afraid to fight.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's.
Hold on.
This is the technology we got. I just got a phone call. I fucking get bumped off the show. Got a fucking technology.
That was one of the guys from the moon that called you. They're pissed.
Yeah,
they called you from the moon, Jimmy. You should have taken it.
That was NASA finding out that you were about to reveal some secrets. So
yeah, you're probably right, bro. You're probably right because I answered the fucking was a bogus number. You're probably right, bro. They're listening.
Explain why we can't go to the moon now.
What was that?
Explain why we're not really going to the moon.
They're going to just what they're going to do is it's all part of the indoctrination to keep us believing in space and planets and universes and galaxies and all that shit. And they're just going to take that rocket, it's going to fly up straight over and out and going to dump in the fucking ocean. And then they already got the video. They're going to do
that, Jimmy.
I'm going to tell you why, John. That's a very good question.
I'm glad you know the answer to that question.
I'm glad you asked. It's a very good question because people don't want to believe. I've been telling people over and over and over. It's all about power and controls, John. So the whole thing really stems from from scriptures and God and creation and satanic followers and evil entities. And they're probably going to shut the show down after I talk about this. But then what's happening is that if they believe you're on a spinning ball and you came from listen, I had an argument with a guy the other day. This guy, where I trained, this guy Sam, he's from Turkey. I got into a heated argument with him about evolution and life and all this other shit. So he had an answer for everything. This guy, because most scientists have an answer for everything, because they want to deny the truth. The truth is, if we actually knew the world was flat and enclosed, all right, they would lose their power overnight. They wouldn't be able to control anybody because we know the truth, but they hide the truth. So after this 20-minute argument with this guy, 20 minutes. What the fuck is that noise, man?
Someone's driving, I guess.
I think George is
Somebody's driving. Somebody driving a car or some shit. So Anyway, I'm arguing with that. This is how smart this guy was. I was arguing for 20 minutes. Matter of fact, his hands were shaking like this because he couldn't get his points across fast enough because I wasn't really believing anything the fucking guy said. Yeah. So then all of a sudden he's telling me, I said, you can't have a life coming from a non-living matter. It's impossible. You can't. You just can't. You know, he goes, what do you mean? He goes, what if you take a steak and you put it in a piece of Tupperware and you close the lid and you leave the steak there for a week? What happens? I says, what happens? I says, well, most likely maggots will start, growing on it and, starts rotting, right? Well, there you go. He goes, what are the maggots? I said, maggots are, that's what's inside your body. It's a bacteria. He goes, that's it. Well, the maggots came out of nowhere.
Whoa.
Wait, my point is, he was trying to tell me.
No.
Maggots are not bacteria.
The truck up. Maggots are not bacteria living in your body. Maggots are fly larvae.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
And if you had a steak in a Tupperware, no fly would be able to get in that Tupperware.
John, the people back, I took a lot of evolutionary biology. Back before people actually understood how, evolution worked, and they didn't believe it, they said that life was spontaneously just happening, and they used the maggot thing. You put a piece of meat out, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, spontaneous life happens. You got maggots.
I didn't use the maggot.
There were really spores. These maggots were, the eggs were floating around, and they happened to land on the meat, and then obviously that's where it came from. But yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Finish what you're saying.
Go ahead.
We had to just clarify that maggots were not bacteria, right?
You guys, man. Oh, my God.
That just ruined this story.
Yeah, it ruined the story. The punchline
you always jam me the fuck up. I'm like a frustrated fucking 10-year-old with you guys.
Because
I can't get a story out. I try to make
finish.
You confuse the shit out of you. Confuse me.
Maggots were bacteria. Now that we dispelled that, your whole fucking story fell apart.
Okay, all right. So it wasn't my story to begin with, John. This fucking moron I was talking to. He was telling me that life appeared out of nowhere. So let's just leave a piece of meat on the fucking on the ground, and maggots appear. Well, like you said, it's fly larvae. That's great, but it just didn't appear out of nowhere. It had to come still. Life's got to come from somewhere. You can't bury a screwdriver in the dirt for 30 million years and it becomes a worm. It just ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just impossible. So he was trying to explain to me with the right environment that with the right components, and like he's talking about the earth, that life can evolve out of nothing. I can't buy that. I'm sorry. I think I'm semi-intelligent, and I don't believe that life can fucking evolve out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's my fucking point.
You don't believe in the primordial soup theory. Okay.
If you gave that screwdriver some fucking protolize over there, it would fucking grow.
Look, I'm a scientist, Jimmy, and I don't agree with that either. The evolutionary people think that there was a primordial soup and amino acids were combined with this, and they formed, single-celled organisms that came about from DNA combining with each other. But
why do you call it amino-evolved then?
No, my point is that let's assume there was some God force that created life. Okay, why does it mean that we're still on a flat Earth?
What does it mean that we're on a flat Earth?
No, why does a God being creating humanity and all the life on this planet have anything to do with the fact that we can't fucking launch a rocket to the fucking moon?
Dave, I understand your point, okay, but so if you go back to scriptures, all right, and probably some people are going to say no, but it explains, a plane of existence. We are in a plane, and it's enclosed. It's all in scriptures, in the Quran. It's all over the place. Right. It talks about a world that's flat. All right, it's not like a joke or a. Like people think when you say flat Earth, they're like, oh, I'm like, I don't. What's so funny? I don't understand. I mean, like,
you think maybe the Bible might be a metaphor for life, though, more so than a literal.
No, but there's a lot of tests. There's a lot of military tests and all kinds of things proving that it's a plane. You can't. It's not round. It's not. I mean, I explained this a million times.
But why can't we go to the moon? That's what I want to know.
Because there's nothing. Listen, you can't have propulsion. So I explained this before too. A rocket takes off propulsion, and it uses the air, the surrounding air, to force the rocket up. That's right. So it has It has thrust, right? But the higher you go, the air runs out. The air thins out. There's no real atmosphere up in the stratosphere, wherever. Right. So the rocket, no matter how powerful the rocket is, it has nothing to push against anymore. So the rocket starts to lose altitude. It'll go back down. They do it in movies. I mean, you ever see the movie The Right Stuff? And I think I explained this on the show before. They fuck up a movie sometimes. So this guy wanted to be an astronaut, but he couldn't because he had some kind of illness. He was a test pilot for the Navy, right? So at the end of the movie, he was really distraught about not going to space with his friends, right? So he took the fucking jet.
You mean Chuck Yeager?
Chuck Yeager, yeah.
Is that the actor's name?
No, that's the guy in real life's name, Chuck Yeager.
Test pilot.
Okay.
He broke the sound barrier,
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, in the movie, all right, he took the jet and he was flying all over the place doing twirls. You know, he's a test pilot, right? And then he said, "Fuck it," and he pointed the fucking jet up and he just fucking nailed it. And they show in the movie just going, he's just going up there. He don't give a fuck, right? And he's going and going. All of a sudden, what happens? His fucking jet engine stalls out. And he starts nosediving, you know. And
there's no oxygen up there.
There's also no propulsion. You can't. There's no atmosphere.
Now the reason why I failed is because the engine needs oxygen, but when they get into space, they use liquid, oxygen.
Maybe he hit the dome.
You need propulsion. Listen. It doesn't. None of it makes sense, bro. You need propulsion. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You know. Listen, they put a man in a vacuum chamber fucking in the 50s, man. A guy almost died, his blood boiled, and he had a fucking suit on and shit. It's all bullshit, bro. You can't have propulsion in space, man. You know, just like that movie Gravity with George Clooney when he was floating around with his little suit, you know, and he's fucking diddy popping in space, and then he wants to make a right, and you see this little thing come out, and he makes a turn, you know. Then he wants to go left, you know, and he makes a left. Where's this? Where's that fucking piss going? Wait, you're in a vacuum, motherfucker. There's no atmosphere out there. There's no pressure. There's fucking gaps. And you telling me a little fucking jet thing on your shoulder is gonna make you make a right-hand turn?
Yeah, because there's no friction. You need very little propulsion to move.
There's no nothing. It's fucking. It's a vacuum. There's nothing out there. No pressure.
It's like being underwater.
It's nothing. It's nothing. That's like you blowing into a fucking hot air balloon, right? Then they give you one that's fucking 150 pounds, you know, a huge hot air, and you're blowing it there. You can't. It's empty space. You can't have. There's no pressure. You can't. Everything, any kind of pressure atmosphere like we live in has a container, just like your car tire or a propane tank. Anything with pressure, just like our atmosphere, there's a cover.
Hold on, there's your explanation, Jimmy.
Hey, listen, I got
as the exhaust gases go in one direction, the rocket goes in the other to keep the total momentum of the system constant. The momentum changes of the gases give the rocket the push to go forward. We call this push the thrust of the rocket. That is the force exerted on the rocket.
Right.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, so how is there?
It's like the recoil on a gun, right?
Hey,
so when you're in space, what's the opposite reaction? There is none. Because you're fucking in space, there's a vacuum. There's nothing.
No, you're putting propulsion against the rocket ship.
And what the fuck are you doing? What's your fucking rocket doing? Your rocket doing cock. Because there's nothing to fucking shoot up the motherfucker. There's no atmosphere out there. It's a fucking vacuum.
You need to go to rocket physics. You got to go take a physics course.
You want the fucking
I'm sending Jimmy to take a physics course.
Take care, Greg.
Nassau Community College, Jimmy. I'm going to get you into physics there.
It's a good thing he doesn't
identify as a rocket
You know why we're Duke, John? You know why, Mr. Romano? You know why we're Duke? Because when you was a kid, you were watching the Jensens when you were 5 fucking years old. That's why. Because they fucking indoctrinated your mind since you're a child. They put the fucking ball in the kindergarten classroom and you went up there and on the teacher's desk and you spun the ball. Then they had that nice little fucking planetary thing there with all the little planets spinning around, dangling on the strings and shit. Oh, look at all the planets. They fucked you up at day one, these motherfuckers.
Jimmy, what grade did you drop out of school again?
7.
You didn't get the science classes. You missed them. That's what the problem was.
Dave, that school don't mean dick, man. All right? It don't mean dick, man. That's a bunch of schools. That's another indoctrination. They just want you to learn.
Johnny dropped out in the 7th grade.
That's all bullshit, man. So what's after 7th grade in fucking? What you get out of fucking junior high school? What the hell is there? It's nothing. It's repetitive
physics,
bullshit.
chemistry, biology classes. You know.
Oh yeah. What good did that do me? The fuck? I'm driving a goddamn truck.
Well, that's because you didn't go to school. You dropped out.
Oh, where am I going to get a job? Where am I going to go? I'm going to get a job in a laboratory dissecting fucking frogs' asses.
Jimmy, there's only so many options available for somebody who believes the earth is flat. You know, you dig your own grave.
I'll teach you how to read and write.
So,
You know,
Jimmy,
Do you think when you enter the space program, John, they ask you that? Do you think the earth is flat? Is that a requirement to be in the space program?
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now, man. Right? Not now, not next year, not 5, 10 years from now. But one day, if you guys are still alive, the truth is going to be revealed, and you're going to say, "Fucking Jimmy, it's not crazy, man. He knew the truth. He knew the fucking truth, man." And then it's going to be too late because we're going to be on chains on a fucking train going to fucking Auschwitz. You get gassed. That's what's going to happen in the fucking future, does right?
Let me ask you a question. If they're really not going anywhere in these rockets, how come they always cancel these liftoffs? Like the Artemis rocket was supposed to go Monday, now they got to cancel it because one of the engines wasn't working right. If they're not really going up to the moon, who cares? Why do they need these engines?
It's for effect.
Oh, is that what it is?
I heard half the question because.
So why do they cancel these launches all the time? Because something's not exactly working perfectly on these rockets. If they're not really going anywhere anyway.
Because they have to keep you indoctrinated, Dave. So they got all the money in the world. They print this shit like it's called like with toilet paper you wipe your ass with. They don't give a fuck. So they make these fucking rockets and the launch pads, and they got all these people working in there, all in the control room, pressing buttons and looking all diligent and shit. You know what I mean? That fucking thing's going nowhere because they want to keep us indoctrinated that there's space. Right? Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, there's a conspiracy theory. There's a conspiracy theory that the shuttle. The one that blew up, the Challenger years ago in '86, never really blew up, and that the people are still alive. Do you believe that?
Yeah, they have pictures of them. Yeah, they do.
Stop.
Yeah, they do. They got pictures. They're all older now.
Johnny Bravo, you should do a documentary on that. Try to find that out for sure.
Send John the photos. How about that?
You're telling me that poor teacher, she didn't die? Her family crying all day and night.
It's all bullshit. Then she didn't die.
Well, it's just I think that she's probably in the same place with Elvis, because Elvis is still alive.
Yeah, and Bin Laden and all the rest of them.
Supposedly they spot these people. They have pictures of these people at like the funerals of other people, and I don't know if it's real or not.
It's all fake, Dave. They have a fake funeral. It's all bullshit.
You think it's all bullshit?
Those people are still alive. I got the pictures, man. If they got them when they were young on the shuttle, and then they got the pictures next to them when they're older now, and they all got cushy jobs. They're college professors and all that other shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, speaking about professors, that guy, that Dave, the professor guy that was going against David Weiss,
yes.
that was circulating all over the fucking place, right? All right, that guy, Professor Dave is a jerk off. And I'll tell him to his face.
Let me explain what happened. There was a video that David Weiss, the flat earther that we had on the TV show a couple months ago, was on another YouTube show, and there was a professor on there who was debating him and berating him, destroyed him basically, to put down every point that he had about flat Earth. So, now, what do you want to comment about this guy now?
Right. John,
what's outside there? You got a stalker out there?
What?
John's looking out the window. What do you got? Someone stalking you?
There's probably a hot woman with a nice ass.
Yeah. Oh, over here?
No. You know what it is? Is that he hasn't been doing any work. Some of the things in which he promised me, because he was saying that he's now with this hot Colombian. So now he tells me that he understands this whole fascination about Hispanic women.
Oh, so you're picking on me, you asshole.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, Richard, did you get that? Did Mr. G send you some Fruity Pebble treats?
Dude, those Fruity Pebbles.
Where are they?
I'm telling you, Mark.
Hold on. He got something that no one got. Where are they?
They're in my mom's stomach, man.
You ate them already? Holy shit.
No, my mother dogged them. And this is what I got to tell you. I uploaded the video, so excited. And then my mom was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I was like, "There was a Rice Krispies treats, but they're protein infused." And she's like, "Let me get a piece." She takes a piece. She started dogging this shit like it's fucking candy. And I'm like, "Ma, you're gonna." She fucking loved it. She didn't even give me a chance to consume half of one.
You didn't even eat one?
Not even.
I think Mr. G's got a new customer. Mr. G's ProteinSnacks.com. He makes the best, so check him out. Remember, George, send me my 25% commission check, please.
I made him fruity pebbles. I made fruity pebbles.
He showed me. They looked great. I was jealous a little bit.
Oh, dude. No, they were amazing, dude. It's like those fruity pebble treats. It's like the little bit that I was able to consume because my mom hijacked them all. You know, it was amazing.
Johnny Bravo salivated there. He's like, Richard Rodriguez is getting fucking fruity pebbles treats. I didn't get anything.
Oh, he sent me Rice Krispie treats. I didn't even get them back then. I had
right. Valentino and I aren't getting them either.
Rich, you got the box?
Hold on, where is Valentino? I just realized.
The box.
Fred's gone. I think he had to go.
Oh, okay.
He said he had to go early.
All right, go back. What were we just saying? I'm sorry I distracted the whole thing.
Jimmy. Hey, Johnny. I wrote Romano is a genius.
Oh yeah. I posted that. Like,
not on my. I didn't get a box.
I didn't get one either. Don't worry about it. But all right, Jimmy, what were you saying now about the professor?
Wait, Dave. Okay, you go ahead and then I got something. Oh, I was gonna say, Dave. All these guys on the show, are they your friends or they're not your friends?
No, I'm just using you guys.
Yeah.
John and I, we've all been friends so long, we don't even have to put a title on the fact that we were friends. That's a true friend.
Wait, what would make John ask that question?
No, because there's some psychopath out there who's just trying to like split, conquer, and divide.
That wasn't coming from Johnny B.
No, he's just being sarcastic.
It's an inside joke, Jimmy. You don't know about it. You're better off not knowing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to fucking know.
Jimmy,
we're not even friends. We're family on this show. That's the way it works.
I want to show Jimmy his bedrooms that he can stay with when he comes here.
Let me see it.
All right, check this out. Right here, see the one bedroom here? I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Does he have to share a bathroom with you, George?
Here, look at this. You guys can see this, right? Now look, here's your own bathroom here.
Oh, you got your own bathroom. That's even better, Jimmy.
Wow, look at that.
Look at it. Jimmy, and here's the other bedroom. Listen, this house has been empty for 4 months. No one here.
And get your ass down there, Jimmy. Hurry up. You got a free place to stay.
Jimmy, just hope Georgie doesn't ask Ed Connors for a reference.
That's right.
Yeah, don't do that.
We gotta make Fiberlize Part 2 commercial.
Jimmy, I got the whole workout thing in the back. In the back, we get the pool with the workout, and then I got my house. So I could have like 30 people stay.
Jimmy, you could throw a party like the old days,
Yeah, I'll call up all my old girlfriends. Have them come over.
All right.
So let me finish about Dave the Professor. Thank you, George. You're a very thoughtful person. I love you. So Mr. Professor there, Dave Professor, right? All he did was belittle fucking David Weiss. That's all he did, man.
Right.
He called him a fucking moron.
Yeah.
Stupid. A fucking idiot. Shut up. I gave you the answer. And now, what I didn't like about it, I don't think that he really destroyed David Weiss. I think he belittled him, and he knocked him down. And whatever this guy David Professor said was word, was scripture. That's it. He didn't want to hear nothing else. Like a lot of other people. I don't think he did anything today because he was just going right over David Weiss.
But he was giving a lot of data, Jimmy. He was giving a lot of scientific data explaining why David Weiss's theories were wrong.
Bullshit. He was giving all crap. That I watched it. Guy was full of shit, man. Fucking talking gibberish. He was like a politician talking in circles and shit. You ask a straight answer, he's telling you, the light refraction off the roof come down to hit the garbage can lid and shot to the fence and went around there. Get the fuck out of here with all that gibberish bullshit. That's what the science
explained
does.
Everything.
He explained shit, Dave. That's what the scientists do. They just talk in circles and they throw numbers. They throw numbers at you. Everything's billions and millions and trillions and billions. How the fuck do they know?
How come you went from all
our galaxy? Listen, our galaxy is 100,000 light years wide. Did you know that? Our galaxy.
Yeah.
100,000 light years across.
Right.
How the fuck they know that? They have some fucking cocksucker
walk in a fucking
Jimmy. Spacecraft with a
mathematics.
Long-ass paper. Oh, math, right, sure. Some asshole was looking with a telescope up in the sky, and he was measuring stars 100,000 light years across.
Well, how did they measure the diameter of the Earth without actually getting out there and putting a tape measure around it? Because they use math, Jimmy.
Nah.
Dave,
that's what they do. Because no one's gonna figure out their math, because everything they give is billions and trillions and billions. Who the fuck is gonna get down there with a pencil and try to figure this fucking bullshit out?
He dropped out in 7th grade, John. 7th grade.
Do you notice a trend?
He never took a
trend with him. If he can't explain it, it's bullshit.
Right.
You guys kill me, man. I'll tell you.
But the guy he should have understood the other side. If you're going to debate somebody that has a completely different point of view, you should study their knowledge.
Yeah.
He should have been well versed in all the science end of it.
Right.
So when the guy said, came with the science stuff to it, he would be able to refute it.
Well,
I understand that, George. But David Weiss was just, he has questions like all the rest of us. So he would say, in that video, he would say, well, why does that happen? And why does this happen? I don't understand that. It makes no sense. And I understand what he's saying. And this guy was just throwing all this science bullshit at him.
He was explaining science.
Yeah,
I know it's bullshit, but it's science.
Yeah, science is bullshit. Let's explain it. It goes against what he believes.
Listen, I believe in science is good for, it has its good. It does. But they use it for a lot of fucking evil, man.
Until they explain something you don't agree with.
No, listen, John, I'm a very open-minded guy, man. I listen to everything, you know what I mean? I'm not one of these guys that if I don't believe it, I shut it down, say, fuck that, I don't believe it, I think about it. I meditate on it. I do all that. That's how I research. When I research both ends. I started off with science when I first got into the flat earth stuff. I actually started off with subatomic particles. That's how I fucking got involved. And then what happened was little by little by little over a few years, they dragged me into, another dimension, and I was into the flat world dimension.
Let me ask you a question.
Those subatomic particles weren't maggots?
No, they weren't maggots.
Jimmy, no. Hey, Jimmy, do you believe that time travel is possible given the subatomic world?
I don't know if I believe in time travel, but I do believe there's different dimensions here on the earth. That I do, because we live in vibrations. Everything is vibrations, and sound, and frequency. So I think our eyeballs, I don't know if you know it, you can look it up. Your eyeballs actually vibrate at a certain frequency.
Every cell
to see. So
does,
What was that?
I said every atom in our body vibrates at a certain frequency.
Exactly. So I believe, because I read scriptures too, I believe that there possibly is another dimension right here, but we can't break through it, and they can't come through here. But so we only see certain things because our eyes vibrate at a certain frequency, which probably not allows us to see other things that are here. Right. Because I truly believe in that. So a time travel? No, I mean that could be sort of a time travel. A couple of different, two different.
Wait, I want to go back to our eyes vibrating at a certain frequency.
They do. They do.
Well, we can only perceive certain wavelengths of light. I think that's what he meant to say.
That's what he means.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying, So what I'm saying in a nutshell, what you want to call light waves. What the fuck's George doing?
What are you vacuuming your car, George?
He's detailing his car.
Huh?
What are you detailing your car over there?
I gotta start to come out. There's a convertible Camaro here that I start every couple of days.
Oh, can you do it like after the show?
It's every couple of days.
Does it have to be done right now? Right?
Here's a space for you. Jimmy. I get paid $500 a week to start the car.
That was so funny, man, Dave. Holy shit.
Mr. G, why do you got to start every couple of days? Wait,
Hey, Jimmy,
I want to know why he's got to start it every couple of
Only
days.
George, man. Only George.
Give me his space for your bike.
Yeah.
Right here.
Tyler wants in on that job, he said.
The fucking motorcycle right here.
Dave, you didn't ask him why he has to do it. Why does he
He's getting paid $500 a week. That's why he has to do it.
Keep the battery charged.
We're doing a show.
No,
The guy texted him, start the car. He has to start it.
Charger.
He's got to start
$500.
Mr. G, you could just get a battery charger and plug it in instead of being like an asshole every couple of days going to start.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
You know that, right?
I was gonna.
Well,
Did
you
you
What a
ever
trickle
see the
charge,
the
right?
movie?
carburetor.
John, I'll answer that question for you. Did you ever see the movie The African Queen with Humphrey Bogart?
No.
Oh.
Okay, it's a classic movie. There's this one. Humphrey Bogart's taking his woman up the river in Africa, and he's got this fucked up boat. And every now and then, the boat, something happens, and he's got to jump on the side and kick this valve and open the thing and let the steam out, and otherwise it's going to blow up. And he does this like 4 or 5 times during the course of the trip. And at one point, the lady says, "Why don't you just fix that?" And he says, "Ma'am, she's all I got."
I don't get it, John.
That's why he's got to go out and start the car. He's got nothing else going on.
He's got nothing else to do.
I got
That's
you
all
now.
he's got.
Okay.
He's all he's got. He's
I
start
got
the
you.
car every 2 days.
I
Keep
got
it
you.
going.
I got you.
I did.
He stays busy, Joy. He goes surfing. He works out. He does dry surfing in his living room. He keeps busy. He keeps busy. I like that video where he was dry surfing. He put the surfboard on 2 chairs and he laid on it and he was dry surfing in the living room. I thought that was very entertaining.
That was
I
nice.
did. I did.
It didn't end in Greg and I getting a box of cookies, but it was a good thing.
No,
to do.
yeah,
Maybe he should be cooking more cookies, rather than surfing in his
when
living
this
room.
thing gets going with the new name and everything and the cartoon, you guys are gonna be we're gonna be billionaires.
All right. When is this? When is this all happening?
It's happening soon.
But people can still buy your stuff. They can still buy stuff. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, before the year is out, we're gonna, and then once we have the capabilities, you guys will be getting stuff all the time. So we'll lead everybody,
Right. Well, you'll have a central hub that will be, shipping everything.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you have to have.
It's a top secret project, John, right now.
Yes.
All you guys are involved.
Must be.
Only I know. I'm sworn to secreccy.
Oh, you do know.
You guys are gonna love it.
It's not a bad idea. It might work. I got to tell you, it's a pretty. He's got a good partner to do this with.
Are we all going to be millionaires? Is all I want to know.
Yeah, billionaires.
Okay. I could quit my fucking job, George.
Better.
I could quit my job, George.
Hey,
Jimmy, you can quit your fucking job right fucking now. Run in the car and come here. Look, I have a mansion for you to stay in. Jimmy, you have no idea.
So I got to tell you a quick story before I go. You know why I'm home today? Because my fucking boss, he pays me last week. I worked like an animal last week. I got about 6-7 hours the entire week, right? So I get a nice fat paycheck. I go to the bank on Friday, and I'm standing on line with all the nice people. And I get up to the window, and the lady takes my check, and she says, she scans it, and she says, "It's no good." I said, "No good." I said, "This has happened 2 weeks in a row." So now I call up my boss, and I tell, "Listen," I said, "my check is no good." "What do you mean?" I says, "I'm at the bank. It's no good." He goes, "What bank at?" I says, "I'm at the bank I go to every week." He goes, "You got to go to the bank on Main Street. It's the same bank." I says, "If the bank over here don't have it in there, how am I going to go to the bank on Main Street and cash it at Main Street?" He goes, "Well, I don't know why this always happens to you." I said, "Everybody else cashed their check." I said, "Really? When I went in the truck to get the check, everybody's check was there. I was the only motherfucker who took the check." So I came to the bank. I tried to cash it. There's no cash. It's time you go to the other branch, which is the same branch, and I'm gonna cash it over there. I don't understand. He goes, "I fucking just come meet me. I'll give you the cash." I said, "Good." He goes, "Do you need all the cash this week?" I said, "Yeah, I need all the cash this week. I worked my ass off." I said, "Do you need your cash? I need my fucking cash too. Of course I need all my fucking cash." Right? So he finally meets me. He's all pissed off. He gives me the cash. Right? So Monday comes. I had to go fucking out east, go get the trailer, load it, dump it at a farm. And then I come out. I'm here today because they told me they weren't going to load the trees. My boss calls me up and goes, "How come you're home today?" I said, "How come I'm home?" I said, "Because they didn't load the trees." He goes, "I thought you were working." I said, "You're the boss. What do you mean you thought I was working? I told you that the fight. I dropped the trailer off on Monday. They said they weren't going to be ready with the trees on Tuesday. I'm probably going to have to go Wednesday. You're the boss. You're calling me up, asking me why I'm home today. But I don't understand. I mean, this is the mentality I'm dealing with. This guy. I had it with this motherfucker. I'm done.
Jimmy, is this
yeah, of course I told you, because he yells too. He yells
Jimmy,
back and
did
forth.
you see what Jimmy Mentis has done? Pull up that truck. Do you see his brother? His brother, I think, that launched his food truck.
With the Greek food?
The Greek truck. Food
That's
truck.
his brother.
This is what you should be doing, Jimmy. Look at that thing.
Wow.
And you know what? That food is amazing.
Oh, my God.
Whose truck is
That's Jimmy Mentis' family.
Who struck?
Can you imagine if you drove around in that and made Italian food, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, whose truck is that?
Jimmy Mentis' brother.
That's a fucking bus, man.
Yeah, it's a food. Shit. It's a Greek food truck.
That's a 200. That's at least 200K.
Yeah,
that's all right. You know how much money he's gonna make with that thing? Forget about it.
Yeah, so where's he located, Dave?
In Boca area, right, George?
Oh, really?
Jimmy,
holy shit!
I just came from the college. There's like 20 Division I colleges right by here.
Look at that. Is that all? Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
All these trucks with tens of thousands of kids parked at the football games.
Nobody's got a truck like that, man. It's got like a full kitchen in it.
If you guys had a half a truck like that, you could live in that thing, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. You know the fucking food I can make out of this?
Oh my God, you could have a little loft in the back.
Ravioli, fucking antipasta.
Yeah, come on, Jimmy.
I go fucking nuts.
You're gonna stop the music in you. You gotta play the music. Come on, Jimmy. Everything's here.
What the fuck am I doing?
George can bake cookies out of that truck too.
You want it? Let me tell you something.
Forget about it.
Georgie, he wants to die on the LIE.
John Bravo's looking like that truck and saying, maybe I should move down there to Florida, man.
You know what kind of neighborhood I'm living in?
Your family can do it. Your family's got the food background. Tell them to buy you a truck.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, my parents, why don't we fucking make a food truck?
You guys should. That would be, you'd kill it with that truck.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I got all the Jewish connection. I get you the Jewish bagels and lox and the cream cheese. John, right? You know, I get the
Well, now I could do it with cheese because I don't got to pretend I'm Jewish.
We got the Jewish connection.
No, but you guys have no idea how bad I was fucking tortured in a Catholic school, and all these assholes thinking I'm Jewish. They bring yarmulkes and shit. They tease me. They bring the curls. You know how like the Hasidic Jews wear the curls?
Yep.
They bring those. They try to put it behind my desk. Say, "Hey, did you drop this?" It was torture.
Wow.
You probably look cute with those curls, John.
You know what's so great about the bodybuilding industry? We are so colorblind. We're blind to color, to race, religion. I love it. You know, it's just we're all Iron brothers.
Well, Dave, Dave, listen, we're all in New York area or stemmed from there, right? Over here, everyone gets along with each other. Doesn't matter your color, your skin, doesn't matter your religion, doesn't matter nothing. But let me tell you, in Arizona, the most racist place I've ever been in my life.
Wow.
It's very different in other parts of this country as opposed to like the big cities like this. You know what I mean? Because they're not used to seeing all different cultures and stuff, so it's very different.
Right. All right, well, I enjoyed this show.
John, you know what kind of fucking neighborhood I live in? Around the corner, some guy got shot in his front door. If somebody rang his doorbell, he opened the door, and the guy shot him dead, and he left. They're hunting for him now. This is where I live. All right, so I have a very mixed culture neighborhood here.
That's not
everybody
killing. Huh? That's somebody the guy knows.
I don't know, man.
That's a hit. That's a hit, Jimmy. Yeah.
That's why I told Lee. That's why when I was on the phone with Lee that night, he wonders why I sleep with fucking.
Why don't you move? We've been telling you this for fucking 5 years already. Move. Come down to Florida. George has got a mansion for you to stay in.
They ring my doorbell. It's gonna be a different story over here.
You got a mansion to live in. George is offering you a room with a bathroom. What else do you need?
He won't leave. I offered him that 3 years ago, and he still wouldn't come.
Listen, Dave, you have to admit you miss New York. There's nothing like it. It's always home here. You know how happy I am here?
I don't
know. You miss
I love the warm weather
John,
down
that's
here.
because he just got back.
No,
listen,
you just
got back.
Listen, don't take me
Wait
wrong.
till the winter comes. Winter is coming, as they say on Game of Thrones.
Let me say something. Wait, there's a lot of benefits.
Don't do the fucking winter.
Of living in Florida and the income tax.
Call us in April, John.
It's
in April.
No, but listen to me. You know, there's a lot of benefits living in other parts of the country. But when you're from Jersey, New York area, this is always fucking home, no matter how much you say.
It's great in the summer. It's horrendous in the fucking winter. So
I love the fucking cold. I wear a
wait till you're in traffic, trying to go over the bridge, over the George Washington Bridge, and you're in traffic for 3 hours and it's snowing.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and you got Jimmy plowing behind you. You know,
it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
But how about when you get up in the morning, Dave? You can't even open your car handle.
Dude, right there.
You got to go back in the house and get a hot pot of water and pour it over your doorknob.
If you have to describe where you live as it's not that bad.
No, the traffic is not that bad. The traffic is over.
Bingo.
It's bad. It's not that bad. Listen, Arizona traffic, I'm telling you right now, is a lot worse than what you think compared to here. Because over there, it's like every block is packed because the city is just like traffic, like the traffic light. Over here, there's a lot of open roads. I'm enjoying my fucking. Listen, I'm enjoying classic cars. I brought my classic cars here, right? My Mustangs. I'm enjoying fucking driving on these peaceful roads over here.
Wait till this the winter when you can't drive them anymore. Then you won't be so.
I hide them because the salt fucks them up.
That's not New York. There's no peaceful roads in New York.
No, wait till you hit a few potholes.
Long Island,
if you
go
won't be so
up
happy
towards
anymore.
the Hamptons, there's a lot of quiet towns in Long Island. There's beautiful towns.
You got to go all the way out east. Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful up there though.
Out there.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it in the winter.
Out there.
East, not north. East.
Listen, as a kid, you guys don't remember praying for fucking snow to come. You know,
because we didn't want to go to school. That's why we prayed for it. I wanted to make money shoveling. That's all.
Yeah.
So as an adult, I never prayed for snow. I prayed for no snow. Please don't snow. Please.
John, I couldn't wait till Santa Claus came either. I mean, I was a kid. I mean, of course, you're gonna. When you're a kid, you want to snow. You want to go out. You want to play. You want to snowball fight. You want to kill each other. That's what you want to do. That's what you do with snowstorms. Now, when you're older, you don't want to get out of the house. You got to shovel 4 feet of fucking snow to get to your car. You got to de-ice your door handles. You got to.
John, you hear what he's saying? And he still won't move.
Forget about it.
And he still won't leave.
Yeah.
I won't be here for that. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be here for the winter.
Yes, you are.
Right now.
Wait, Jimmy, if you could be anywhere in the world that you want to be, right? Different country, different city, where would it be and why?
Huntington, Long Island.
No, wait, let's see. Where would it be? Why?
I just told you. That's his answer.
You know, John, you're very cruel to me, man. You're very cruel to me. I have to say, you hurt me. Like, you know, I hate fucking Huntington, man. I want to get the fuck out of here.
So what is keeping you there?
Where would it be?
I'll tell you, John. I'll tell you where I want to be. I'd rather be in fucking Catania, Sicily right now on a fucking olive vineyard, just hanging out with a glass of wine. Fucking, that's right. Looking at the fucking Mediterranean Sea for the rest of my fucking miserable
life.
That's where I want to fucking be.
Then go.
I don't want to take the vaccine to go over there.
Wait, Mr. G, where would it be for you? Is it Florida or is it somewhere else?
It's where I am now.
Really? So you're happy there?
Yeah, because all the things I wanted to do, you know, for as far as surfing, I love to surf. You know, I love to surf. The water's warm all year long, so I can go in a pair of baggies whenever I want. Business-wise,
but the waves big down here. I mean, I've been down in West Palm. Waves ain't that big there.
You have no idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we got 4. There's 4 storms that are in the Atlantic now. 2 just dissipated, but we got 2 storms coming up. Delray Beach gets some really good waves. Like 9 months out of the year.
Big Lenny jumps in the water. You get a big wave every so often. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, anyone that I know is from Florida, they all love it. I haven't heard anyone really complain.
I fucking love Florida, man. I lived there for 10 years. I loved it.
I haven't heard many people complain about it.
No.
No. Plus,
what's not to love, Johnny? You know what's not to love?
The weather's great.
There's a lot of hot Colombian girls over there.
A food truck, a food truck, parks right down the block from me, and all the like about 100 cars a day go to it. So you could your food truck.
If you had an Italian food truck, you'd clean up, Jimmy.
And the meatballs.
It's a lot of work, but you clean up.
Division I schools here. There's like 10 schools within a 50-mile radius here that have big tailgate parties. All the food trucks are there. You with the mobster sauce and that, they would go crazy. They would love it.
Well, I'm coming.
He's not going anywhere.
All right, I got to wrap this up, guys. It was a great talking today, and I'll be watching that rocket launch again into the abyss, as Jimmy would say.
Yeah, but I can't wait till that thing launches so we can talk about it next week. I can't wait.
I want you to take a point when they start launching pictures, sending pictures back. I want you to dispute the pictures, okay?
Absolutely.
Cape Canaveral is 160 miles away.
I know. It's pretty close. I would love to go there.
Right up against the ice wall.
Dave, why don't you take a ride there and go film the fucking thing? Why don't you go up like this and then curve to the right and go horizontal across the fucking land and disappear? That's what's going to happen. I'm going to take pictures myself because I know they're going to have pictures of the launch.
How come I can see it when things take off at Cape Canaveral? I see it here in Cape Coral. I can see it up in the air. Where's it going?
Well, it goes up, right, like this, and then it starts to curve, and then it ends up like this, and it's going, just take it off, and everybody's clapping, and the motherfucker's going that way, horizontal. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You'll see. Watch.
On that ridiculous note, thanks for joining us again today, and we will be back, as always, next week. I'm Dave Palumbo with the entire Whack Pack for another edition of After Hours.
Don't die with the music inside of you.
I gotta pee like a fucking racehorse. I'll see you guys later.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Georgie, FaceTime me, man. I'm going to show you how to work
Hey,
those
Dave,
straps
listen,
properly.
I haven't